There's nothing spiritual about being poor. I really thought there was, and I needed to think there was, because the interesting journey that I have carved out for myself to learn the lessons that I had to learn took me all amongst the low places of this world. It's where I discovered true humility and true self-worth. It's where I discovered strength, self-reliance and independence. It's where I learned about the trauma responses which actually don't keep us as safe as we think they do. Now, I'm seeing that money is not evil. I never really thought it was. I know that the common denominator in the paradigm where evil and money is concerned, the common denominator is humans. Or non-humans. Vessels that aren't in touch with humanity, their own humanity or otherwise. So, people think money is the root of all evil because they believe that's a quote, but it's not. In the Bible it says the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. So clearly the love of money, the desire and lust of anything, not just money, but anything material, is what keeps us stuck in the matrix of matter, the 3D. But obviously money is reflective of self-worth as well. So my journey has been one of being beaten down and holding on to, believing an idea about myself that the world would gladly whisper to anybody, because the world, as opposed to the earth, which loves us unconditionally, the world will tell us, you stay down there because that's where you all belong. You can be easily managed, vibrating in your little fearful vibrations, scared of death, ignorantly believing that death is some sort of end ad infinitum, on a loop, right? That is the soul capturing device, machine, whatever you want to call it. Babylon. Doesn't matter what you call it, you know what I'm talking about. So, actually, what about if it's more spiritual? To thrive and enjoy life, be grateful, create more and more cycles of feedback loops of gratitude and being gifted with opportunities and sharing, because that's what it's about, right? When you truly understand we could command all the money in this world and redistribute it to where it's needed, then you can understand, you can start to feel excited about the prospect of money. But crucially, you have to understand yourself intimately, and you have to know that not only is it okay, it's the point to thrive in life, to love. And money doesn't buy happiness, it's true. But I can testify what it does do. It removes certain obstacles very easily, because happiness is relative to comfort and security. So if we're not able to comfortably provide the needs, our root needs, then we will always operate in fear. We will always think we have to get money. So those folks brave enough to let themselves, as a little science experiment, as a little psychological test to gauge society, those of us who have allowed ourselves, our beings, to fall through the gaps and not be supported, to highlight the very obvious lack of support, but we've surrendered to a process which took everything away from us. That is a shortcut to understanding faith, and that truly those with good intentions will always be provided for. So a lot of people speak about manifestation and bringing stuff into their life, and yeah, okay, but that's weak magic, because for the most part you're only going to be drawing into your experience things which you want rather than need. So you can win the lottery if you really want, but if your soul's not mature enough, then that is going to destroy you. Once, some years ago, I was working in a care home doing 12-hour shifts with people with dementia. There was a lovely lady called Barbara, and she didn't have dementia, but she was bedridden, and she had what was diagnosed as schizophrenia, or some sort of spectrum box checklist. But basically, she was spiritually sensitive, right? And so she communed with spirits, and she used to speak to this man who sometimes was on the ceiling, named John. And she'd often call me to have a chat about what John had been saying. And one day, she called for me from another unit, and I went to see her, and she said, "John wanted you to see that, that's for you." And it was some numbers. So I was thinking, what is it? Is it coordinates? Is it, well, I don't know. But I sort of cheated a little bit, and I switched a few things around when I came up with 6 lottery numbers, and I was convinced I was going to win the lottery. I was so happy, and in my head I was thinking about all the people I could help, all the initiatives that I could start, and I was so grateful. Now, I got home from work the following morning, and I tried to find the lottery numbers from the previous night online, and it wouldn't load the page. So something made me check YouTube. I didn't even know that it was a thing, but I watched, a replay of the live draw on YouTube, and I think probably got one number come up. In that moment, I felt like I'd won the lottery anyway, in knowing that not once, or maybe a little bit, but not extravagantly, did I think about me only in that, with that money. And it's like, what more do you need to know in this life? If you know you can't be bought and sold, then it is inevitable that you're eventually going to defeat Goliath, scale that mountain, whatever you want to call it, That's where I'm at now. I have emotionally freed myself, and I'm ready to play, right? Ready to make magic. I'm ready to create things which aren't there but need to be there, right? I value me highly, very highly. Sometimes I'm tempted to think too highly, but then I remember, no, we are absolutely so precious. A human life, one, any, right? Gratitude for anything that comes, that's all it takes. God bless us all. God bless you abundantly. I love you.